Now let's practice evaluating a polynomial. Remember that evaluating means we're going to replace the variable with an expression, and then, if we can, we'll simplify. I'll do this first one so you can see how it works. I have 5 different inputs for my variable in this polynomial x plus 3. The first one tells me to replace x with 4. So I'll replace x with 4, and then in this case I can simplify to 7. This number 2, which is what this is standing for, says to replace x with negative 3. I do that and simplify and I get a 0. The third one asks me to replace x with its opposite, so I replace x with the opposite of x, and I can't simplify this, so I'm done. 4 says to replace x with 2 times a, so that's what I do. I replace x with 2 times a, and I'll have 2a plus 3. And then the fifth one says to replace x with y plus 1. So I replace x with y plus 1. And now I can simplify my constants to 4, and so I get y plus 4. Here's one for you to try. First, we're going to replace x with 4. That's what this is telling us right here. And then by order of operations, we're going to multiply and subtract. That'll give us 12 minus 2, which is 10. Next, we're going to replace x with negative 3. We multiply and get negative 9 minus 2, which is negative 11. The third one says to replace x with the opposite of x. And if we multiply this together, we'll get negative 3x minus 2. The fourth one says to replace x with 2 times a, and that simplifies to 6a minus 2. And then last, we're going to replace x with the quantity y plus 1. We multiply and get 3y plus 3 minus 2, which simplifies to 3y plus 1. Here's the next one. See how you do. First, we're going to replace x with 4. 4 squared is 16. 16 plus 4 will give us 20. Second, we're going to replace x with the quantity negative 3. Make sure that your base is negative 3, not just the 3. So you need parentheses here. This is going to give us 9 plus 4, which is 13. The third one says to replace x with its opposite. If we multiply a couple of factors of the opposite of x, we'll get positive x squared plus 4. The fourth one replaces x with the quantity 2a. If we square 2, we get 4, and so we'll get 4a squared plus 4. And then the last one says we should replace x with the quantity y plus 1. Now we just worked with the power of a polynomial, so make sure that you do this correctly. This should be the quantity y plus 1 times the quantity y plus 1. That'll give us y squared plus 2y plus 1. And then when we add 4 to that, we'll end up with y squared plus 2y plus 5. And here's our last one. First, we'll substitute a 4 for both x's, because notice there's an x here, and they both get replaced with 4. The first term will give us 16 times 3, which is 48. The second term will give us 20, and then we'll be subtracting 4. And when we simplify, we'll get 64. Second, we'll replace x with the quantity negative 3. This will give us 9 times 3 is 27, plus a negative 15, and then we'll be subtracting our 4. When we simplify this, we'll get 8. Then we'll replace x with the opposite of x. This will give us 3x squared, and then this will be plus a negative 5x, which we'll just write as minus 5x, and then we'll have the subtraction of 4, And this is as far as we can go. These are unlike terms, so they can't get combined. Next, we're going to replace x with the quantity 2 times a. This is going to give us 4a squared times 3, which is 12a squared. And this is going to give us 10a, and then we'll be subtracting our 4. And again, we can't simplify any further since none of these terms are like. And the last one, we're going to replace x with the quantity y plus 1. This is going to give us 3 times the quantity y squared plus 2y plus 1. This will give us 5y plus 5. And now if we multiply 3 to the y squared, we'll get 3y squared. We'll pick up 6 y's here. We'll already have 5 y's. That'll give us 11 y's. And then we'll have a 3 plus a 5 minus a 4, which will give us plus 4. Well, that will conclude this video where we've practiced evaluating a polynomial.